Welcome to another edition of Weekend Roundup here from AUVSI. Just calling your attention to some stories you might have missed or some things you could look up over the weekend. So, Brian, what have you got for us?
So, a story from this week. General Dynamics Mission Systems has released its new Bluefin 9 autonomous UUV. The UUV has a number of capabilities that make it ideal for a variety of use cases, including environmental surveying, water quality measurement, and search and recovery.
Okay. We've been running a series of stories on the integration pilot program sites that are testing out different ways of using UAS for the FAA. So we have a couple more of those up online, and the links for all of these are below. So we have San Diego and Memphis online now, if you want to. We're slowly working our way through all 10 of them. And a couple other things. The Australian Navy just yesterday set up its first UAS squadron, and they're going to be flying Scan Eagles and camcopters. The U.S. Navy, a little bit earlier than that, set up its first UAS test and evaluation squadron that's going to be flying a lot of different systems, almost 24 different systems. And the Navy actually has had a UAS squadron for a few years now, Big Red, set up to fly the Triton. Got some other stuff?
Yes, continuing with the theme of UAS, earlier this week, police officials from the Dallas Police Department made their case of using UAS to the city's Public Safety and Criminal Justice Committee. The city could be using the technology as early as next year if it has support from the city and enough funding. The department is hoping to have a fleet of 5 UAS, 2 of which will be used for SWAT, the other 3 for patrol. Additionally, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln is leading a new study to use UAS to track tornadoes in the Great Plains. The goal of the project is to get UAS close enough to the heart of a tornadic storm so scientists can get a better understanding of what triggers one storm to form a tornado, while a similar one might not.
Okay, good to know. A couple more things. The Aquabotix, they make underwater, unmanned underwater vehicles, has just been given a license to carry explosives by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. And the reason that's useful is instead of just finding an underwater mine or explosive, they can actually now go and detonate it and get rid of it using their own explosives. Also, a while back we mentioned that L3 and Harris had merged, and just before that, L3 bought ASV Global, this UK-based company that makes unmanned surface vehicles, and now that company, which is now L3 ASV, got a contract to study updating navigation charts for ships to make it easier for computers to read them, because the ones now are just kind of set up for humans to read, but with increasing automation, computers need to read them too. So that's about all we have, except for one more thing. Today is Brian's birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
We will see you next week.